Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of UIM Completionist. The bingo ended yesterday, I had to go to work today, it's 10 PM and I am pretty exhausted, so what I'm gonna do now is try to finish this master clue, and that requires getting the amulet of the damned. So we're gonna do Shades of Morton, and my inventory is not set up to do this activity efficiently by any means, but I'll just do it at my own pace. I would really like to relax this evening and hopefully we can snag the amulet while doing it. There we go, here's the amulet of the damned. Went rather quickly. Let's build the stash unit. Now this stash is one of the most useful stashes for UIMs, mostly because whenever I need Arclight now, I don't have to regrind those 3 ancient shards to make one new and then drop it when it is at like half charges or something. But it comes with a price, because this Amulet of the Damned here will have to be in the inventory all the time I want to use Arclight. It's not really a big problem. I can just put it in the looting bag and we are free to go. No inventory slots taken by it, but doing the actual step of the master degrades it, and if it's degraded I cannot put it in the looting bag. There is a small trick to do this, but this just makes this step a decently complicated one, and bear with me now. First we need to teleport to Barrows and find the crypt with the tunnel and open our lovely Barrows stash. Then, with the Barrows equipment on us and amulet unequipped, we want to quickly hit a hill giant. We get a pop-up that our items are degraded. At least we should, because I think I degraded mine last. Then we equip those 2 items, do the step, quickly equip back the amulet to the inventory so it doesn't degrade during the fight. As you can see, it's still Amulet of the Damned full. We want to kill the clue guy, and after that we are free to equip our items again and do the emote, and now they will not degrade. Lastly, we want to stash those items back and teleport to Lumbridge, which I do via my POH. Repair at Bob. It should just only cost pennies to have all of my Darok pieces repaired, and go to Barrows and stash it back. After that, I think the best thing to do for the account long term is going back to Gauntlet. Even though I don't really want to, I think coming back to Gauntlet just saves too much time in any kind of PVM imaginable, and skipping it now would just be cutting corners. And the thing about cutting corners is, when you cut a corner, all you did is just create 2 new ones. $103 KC, we just hit a personal best at Corrupted Gauntlet. Both prep and Hanlef were extremely quick, at least for my standards. Can we get rewarded this time? We just got the 3rd Crystal Armor Seed, and that is the last one I need for the entire Crystal Armor. I have 1 here and 2 in my looting bag, except it's not. I was just told in a comment under a previous video that I am pretty much a moron, and I actually need 6 seeds in total, because the chest takes 3 itself, then the legs take 2 and the helmet takes 1, so the soft cap is actually 5 seeds if you only plan to use crystal armor on Slayer tasks, and the amount we actually need is 6. So I will be making the body next time I get items from my looting bag, just to save more slots, and we need to do a bunch more. Thankfully we don't have the enhanced yet, so yes, there is a lot of reasons to continue. Perfect. Corrupted Hanlef. That means we did not get hit by any attack of prayer, we didn't get hit by tornadoes or the damaging floor, or we didn't hit Hanlef with a weapon when he was praying against it, so that is one of the combat tasks that I felt like I could do without much hassle, but it just never really popped out in this 137 KC, but now we got it. And we also got, and you already know what's happening, we have gotten to 138 corrupted gauntlet KC, and adding 12 onto that I'm getting from my regular 60 gauntlet KC divided by 12, that gives us 150, which would be our 50 KC for the video. So let's see if we get the loot. We actually don't, and with today's update I could actually consider keeping rune plate legs because they can be smelted in the new smithing minigame. But that's a tangent for another time, and I don't really have the space for that. You know what? Actually, no. I was planning to stop here, but I think I have it in me to continue this grind a little bit longer, so never mind. We're going back in. After staying a little longer, we got to 150 corrupted gauntlet KC. I also got my regular KC up to 70, so they both look pretty nice, and I think I am done for now. Let's loot this last chest. Did not get spooned. And yeah, as always, now it's time to clean up the inventory, and I'll probably go back to Hydra. Yeah, I would like to have that task done with, and then we can start building up the Slayer point stack because we really don't have much. With the inventory now a little clearer, there is one more thing that I would like to do, and that is opening those 10 elite caskets. The masters stay, I will not be touching them for now, and we still have a bunch of junk that I could drop, but I would rather not. But I think this is enough space for those 10 elites. If we look at the log really quickly, I've opened 2 before and we got 0 uniques, so I hope we get some, but elites are notorious for being extremely shit at giving uniques. So let's go. Off to a great start. Yes, there is a unique and a master clue in one casket. Let's quickly make some room for it, and we got the Dark Infinity color kit. Yeah, we don't even have any Infinity pieces yet, but maybe that's a sign I should go get one. I'm just happy with the collection log slot for now. We probably just got served the absolute worst 3-step master clue, so I just decided to not get gray hair over this and drop it. Let's continue with the opening. Woohoo! Fury ornament kit. Hello, we have a Fury right here. What does it look like? Gotta say, I'm not too big of a fan of this. I probably would like to get my regular Fury back. Thank you. Dropped over to my reg. Let's commence. Another master. Screwed on the step again. Dragon 2H sword is kinda grindable, although I don't really want to go to KQ, but I definitely don't want to go to Bandos, so yep, dropped clue. Back to our regular opening spot for good luck. Not much of a good luck there, huh? Yeah. Well, at least we cleared out that inventory spot, and we can move on to the main attraction, which is Hydra yet again. We didn't have a free-to-play UIM clip in a while, and that's because I was pretty much AFK at Ogresses all this time, and I would like to change things up now, so I will be going back to training melee to finish out attack, and we'll be stacking some keys. I think I'll start with Hill Giants just to finish the Ober log. We are at 202 KC, and I still need the Hill Giant Club to finish it. So I will be dropping the demon feet. I wanted to keep them for training magic because they kinda complement the free-to-play magic set, but to be honest, I don't even like how they look like, so they're going to the ground. A hard clue along the way. Ooh, red behind body T. Pretty cool. 850 tasks done, and we have a healthy little safety net of points here. So I'm gonna go ahead and unblock Hellhounds, unblock Drakes, and unblock Cave Kraken and Calphites. It's time to get started on Slayer bossing, even though it would be good to have both up for KQ. I might get to do a little bit of it here and there if I get tasks without it. Hopefully Blowpipe is good enough, if not it goes back to the block list. But Cerb would be fantastic to start doing. Drakes, I still need 2 collection log slots for the Drake's Tooth and Claw. And as for the Kraken, we don't need the Bofa for it because it's done with magic. So I could just use my Trident. Yeah, and there is one boss that I could unblock, but I don't really want to do yet, and that's Sire. I don't want anything from Sire, and I don't feel like learning it. So, yeah. This is the plan for now. I think we will be sticking with doing more Slayer for now, and hopefully getting some of those collection log slots in the process. And we're gonna start off with Thermi. I don't think I ever did it, but my collection log says that I have 17 KC, so it must have been in a very, very old days of early Slayer. Anyways, this is the setup I'm going with. It's far from good, but we have the Trident and we have the recoil effect of the Ring of Suffering, so I hope those 2 things will carry me. I will be using the redemption method, which means that every prayer potion will be like 96 worth of health. This is the quick prayers I'm going with. I hope that the Steel Skin and Mystic Might will help alleviate the damage of Thermi even a little bit. And our looting bag is full now. I stashed everything I didn't want for this task in there, and we took out our crystal armor seeds, and I will be using them to make the crystal body. Yes, create 7,500 smithing and crafting XP drop, and this is our first crystal armor piece that is not tradable. So this is in our inventory forever now. And I really need to get down to doing more gauntlets because I better start getting profits from dead inventory slots, and soon. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go do Thermi. Let's quickly check the collection log. We have 17 KC as I mentioned, and nothing else except for the occult. Which reminds me, I do not have the occult currently, so it would be good to get it back. And pretty quickly, occult obtained. I also have switched my method. I now keep the prayer potions in the inventory in case I just get a kill pretty close but not enough to finish it. But I've decided to do the POH method simply because when I was staying in the cave and using prayer potions, I averaged about 1 prayer potion per kill used, and that's just way too much for me. So we are sticking with the POH method, and if I don't get hit too much, I'll stay for another hit and maybe then drink a dose of prayer potion, so it goes down slower. So far, I have been enjoying the boss, but I can't really speak too much because I've only done 20 kills. But obviously, just like everybody else, I hope I get spooned. Task over, no uniques, some pretty decent loot though. We just got the Drake's Tooth, so that's +1 collection log slot. This is the one you use with the Holy Sandals to create Devout Boots. And on my first hardcore, on Lost Herd, that was my first member character, I absolutely really wanted to have this item just for bursting, because the prayer bonus is pretty noticeable and enormous. There is like zero chance I'll be keeping them here on the UIM, but it's good to get a slot, and I might make it. Well, I don't think I will make it because I can store the sandals, but they look dope. Trust me on that. I don't really know what to say. Like, 13 kills later, we got the Drake's Claw 2, and they both are 1 in 512 drops. So we got both of them in 58 KC. Yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Drakes are extremely trash. They're going to the block town straight away. Let me block Drakes, confirm. Even though I had that tasks halfway done, there's no, just I'm not gonna complete it. And you can use the Drake's Claw with the Boots of Stone. Yeah, I'll just combine it for you. And they actually have pretty decent range bonuses if you don't have any D'hide boots or rangers. These are also the boots that I used on my hardcore without the diary completed. On this character I have the elite diary, so I have no use for them, but they fetch a pretty penny on the GE, so we can drop them over to the reg. And I'm mostly happy to be done with the Drake's Slayer log. We got a totem in Catacombs during Slayer, and I decided to try Scotizo with like 6 pieces of food, so definitely extremely scuffed, but I'm glad I did, and mostly because we got that one Ancient Shard, and now with 3 we can charge up the Arclight. Also a bunch of other, I guess, good rewards. We got very lucky because we got our first Hellhounds task, and it's in Taverley Dungeon. Konar assigns a bunch of weird places for Hellhounds, but Taverley Dungeon is great because we can do Cerberus there, although if you look at my inventory, it's extremely scuffed. I can clean up a bit of it, but we will still be doing Cerberus with a very scuffed inventory, so hopefully learning is not too hard. I'll go watch some guides while cleaning the inventory. And also, since we have to clean it, let's start with the mystery box. Very great loot. And I also have 1 hard clue. Fantastic. Okay, so I watched the guide and cleaned up my inventory a little. We are going with 10 potatoes and 1 prayer potion. I hope that is enough. If not, then I'll have to change it a little. We don't use any anti-poison for spiders, but it's still the learning phase, so I'd like as much food as possible. And for the gear, I'll be switching to the fire torso and the arclight, and hope that the rest is enough. I don't want any longer trips than 1 kill per trip while learning, and we will see how this goes. I saw that there's some prayer flicking involved, but I couldn't see clear indicators when, except for ghosts. So I guess that will just be a learning process. Okay, the first KC is done. As you can see, I ate everything I had, and I don't think I flicked one thing properly, even the ghosts. But yeah, the initial stress is behind me now, so let's start this entire Cerberus grind, shall we? Yeah, first time managed to, I think, properly block the ghosts. Let me tell you out. I will have to make sure by rewatching the recording, but I'm pretty sure I managed to flick all of them, so just 4KC and pretty proud of it. And I just did my first 2-kill trip, and I don't know how I did it, but he did not, or I guess she, Cerberus is a she, did not spawn any ghosts this time. I know there is a way to skip ghosts, but I didn't even look into it, because I thought I'll just learn the basic strategy and go from there. But I think we just got the combat task for no ghosts, so that is pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome. And our first collection log slot, the Keymaster teleports. Nothing interesting at all, but you know. Yeah, so I just got comboed out and I respawned in Prifddinas. I took the spirit tree to my POH and ran here, and my stuff is on the ground. Nothing, I think, was lost. I don't think anything was lost, but I got a regear now, so that is pretty annoying. But yeah, we got our first death, and I think now it should be smooth sailing. I am now rebagged. Took about 8 minutes from the moment I died to full rebag. Took me actually a little longer, but that's because I was AFKing a little IRL when I knew the stuff is safe and I have a good margin of time. And actually the death, you could say, was beneficial because it let me withdraw the super combats I had in my bag and replace it with the super attacks here. So we will be finally using up super combats for the first time. And because of that, I don't think I need my Dragon Battle Axe. I can re-buy it whenever I need to stash my helmet and defender later on, but for now, that's one more inventory slot. And also, I think I'll just use up all of those steel bars now. It will be terrible with half an inventory taken up, but I'll make it into cannonballs and we can store it with the rest of the cannonballs in the bag. And I have one empty bag spot for any good drops that I would like to keep, and I have my eye for the one specific type of supply drops from Cerberus. My first actual 3-kill strip, I got one before, but it was with the supplies that dropped to the ground when I died, and this was the actual 3-kill strip. And I do have a little bit of supplies, so I will try to... Sorry, I had to focus for a second for the flicking, and I still failed it, but got 0 damage, right. So I will try to stretch it to 4 kills, we will see how it goes. And we managed to squeeze out the 4-kill trip, but probably this will not be a common occurrence. The first 3 fights were extremely lucky. I kept hitting for 40s constantly, back to back to back to back. So in all likelihood, we will have to stick with 2-kill trips for now. So I died again, and amidst the panic eating and drinking prayers and walking around, I accidentally equipped my amulet of the damned so that it degraded, and then I died, and now it's not in the pile, because I think it was even in this video that I explained the whole amulet mechanics and how it works. So basically the looting bag was full with those 4 items on the top, and I kept the amulet in the inventory and accidentally equipped it. So now, lesson learned, gotta put it in the bag and then maybe have planks in the inventory. Worst that can happen with planks is that I accidentally click the planks. Anyways, after the task I will have to go and get the amulet once again. And that's the entire Serb task done. We didn't get any crystals, which, you know, a little bit of shame, but can't really expect such rare drops from just one task. Let's see if we get a back-to-back from the Slayer K perk. We did not. I will be skipping this task, but for now, I think that will be the end for this video. In the next one, we will probably start off by getting back the Amulet of the Damned and doing a little bit more Slayer, and probably back to Corrupted Gauntlet. And I understand that this might be extremely monothematic, doing the same content over and over, but I just gotta get through that Corrupted Gauntlet grind, man. So, yeah, to sum up, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.